Hello, I'm Czardus, and let's play City Skylines. Welcome back to Ludington. This will be episode 2 in the series, and we are continuing to work on building a realistic city set in the American Midwest. And what we're doing right now is we are pretty much ready to move on to the next era of the development. So we built the idea for the original historic area from the early 19th century, and now we are expanding what was built around the time that railroads started to emerge, and that is going to be an 8x8 grid right around this downtown area. We'll leave that road out. Let's bring this out a little bit further. And what we're going to do is we'll get one more here. I have to redo that power. I think we could come down this way, though. And then we can take this one out. Perfect. Unpause, and we can get this grid in a little bit further. I think that is actually 8x8 right there. Yeah, this is perfect. Okay, so they want more industry. That is where our demand is right now. We're going to add just a little bit more in here. I don't want much industry, but we're kind of stuck doing it. Eventually, I mean, we could get another tile now. We could buy this tile and start expanding that way. Oh, no, we don't get a tile yet. That must be at the next one. Yeah, 850. So, I mean, the idea that I have is that we're going to have somewhere out here kind of our train station, or maybe we'll get a passenger, like somewhere in this area will be where the passenger train station was, because this city was already in place when the railroads arrived, or this part of the city, I should say. Let's get some more zoned there. And then also, what did we unlock at the last spot? Landfills. Okay, we need to get a landfill in place. And the landfill, I think we could probably dump that. Let's think about this. We could dump it down here. Might as well. Let's get a landfill right here. Not an ideal spot, but it will work and get the job done. And we're kind of dumping stuff down here anyway. So now, let's speed up the game, get more stuff filling in here. Power, did we get disconnected? We did. Okay, so now you should have power again. We can keep going over in this direction with the residential zoning. We must have a slight hill there. And eventually a lot of this area down here is going to be probably rezoned into other stuff. What is our... oh, we can't open that yet. I wanted to see our unemployment rate, but we can't get in there. Let's check power. We can take this line out, and then we can cram a little bit more of the industry in here. Get just kind of that whole area filled in. Not exactly what I want in here, but like I said, we need industry to get started. So that is what we're going to do. We're making money, so that is good. We're not going to do any schools just yet. Oh, look, Worthy Village. Excellent. We can do districts, which is going to be good for our planning now. We can do industry specializations for zoning industry. We can do some other specializations. We don't have anything urgent that we need to build, so that is good. But let's talk about districts. So let me bring up my notes here. We are going to have a historic district right down here. We're going to have this be pretty small. And I just kind of want to get it marked off for now. Like this. I don't know that we're going to apply any specializations to anything yet, but we're going to bring this out this way too to kind of mark the fort area as well. And this is going to be Historic District. Then we are going to have the just a district named downtown over here, and that is going to be a generic district that does not have any zoning to it. Or not any zoning, no specialization to it. So we're going to get that marked here, and that's going to pretty much cover this whole area. We'll come down to about there, I think. But the idea is that I want kind of a generic spot here, and then we're going to have other districts that have specialization that we can kind of apply a little bit to get some more variety in here. So first of all, we're going to have Riverside, which is down here. And that eventually is going to be, it's just going to be an area that's called Riverside. I don't think we have any specialization planned for it, but it's kind of, it was a historically poor area. People wanted to live up here because this would flood from time to time. And so we'll call this Riverside. Then we are going to have Washington Avenue, which is going to be this road here. Can we rename that? We can. Washington Avenue. And that's going to be right there. Okay, so Washington Avenue, we are going to have a district that kind of goes along it. And eventually that's going to be the IT cluster and the leisure area. Washington Avenue. And then we'll have one more West Park, which is going to be over here, right along the bluff area here. And that's going to be tourism. Then we have also on this tile, we have Rock River, east side of Washington Avenue. So over here, although that is another bluff. So we might want to do, maybe this will be East Park then. Up on this bluff. And then down below, which we can go ahead and buy that tile because that is the next one I want to buy. That's not what I wanted. We're going to buy this one next. And eventually we're going to need to get to the highway. But we're going to come over here. And then we can come down here, and this area is going to be called Rock River. Because the name of this river here is the Rock River. Okay, so that is that. Now, let's come in here. We need more commercial, which we can just kind of mix some of this commercial in. This road comes over here, but I don't think I want it to go down this hill here. And we need more industry. Let's come in here, and we're going to fill all along here with industry. Then commercial, we can start getting some commercial over by this Washington Avenue, because eventually it'll be there anyway. And then let's extend the grid down here. So then the other thing I want to do is I want to rename some of these streets. And one thing, if you are a patron of me on Patreon, then you can get your, like, you can get streets named after you, or civic buildings and stuff like that, and I will do that in soon episodes. But these main roads kind of, especially kind of heading this way from Washington Avenue, are going to be named after U.S. presidents, because that is a very American thing to do. Oh, hey, look at this. Tiny town. We have unlocked some park areas, which is good. We can label our fort area now. We have some basic industry areas. I think probably just forestry and agriculture. And then we have a bunch of policies. We have some paths. We have canals. Pretty much this is the landscaping milestone, so we can start to add some parts. But I want to get this grid in. So we're going to come down this way, like that, and then we'll get one here. And as the city develops, we're going to, like, as we move further into other eras of the development, we will see other things turn out. In fact, right now, one thing I want to do is we're going to make this into an actual avenue before I forget. So this comes all the way down to there, which also means we're going to need to come in here, and we don't want traffic lights everywhere here. We'll have traffic lights where we need them, but for now we don't want those. People are starting to want police, so we are going to have to do that. But let's get this road in here. We can go there, and then, come on, there we go. I will accept that. Then bring this one down. Like that. We'll get rid of those traffic lights too in a moment. That is not the right size. How did that happen? We want this right here. That's 8 by 8. Okay. There we go. Okay, so we have a pretty extensive grid here. Let's get some more housing coming in, so we can increase that population a little bit more. But now let's focus on, so they want police. Yeah, we have a lot of people complaining about lack of police, so we're going to come in here and we'll get our first police station. We'll put it kind of in the historic district area. And the dog is wanting my attention. But let's get that over here. Check the power. Power can come over to there now. And let me grab the dog. Hang on. Okay, sorry about that. We are going to... Now we should have a police station in here, which is going to kind of satiate that need for them. And we can come over here and get rid of these traffic lights. And I want to come up here, and we are going to mark this park area for the fort. It's just going to be right up here on the bluff. And then we'll figure out where we actually need to have a park here, if we're going to call it West Park. And the same thing on the east side. But this is going to be Fort Ludington Park. And we'll leave that there. I don't think I want to spend money on an actual park just yet. But we do have some people complaining about water, and as they should, because we don't have any water going out this direction. So we're going to bring this up like that. And come down a little bit further here. And so far, I think this city is coming together kind of in the way that I have envisioned it. We're going to get some more commercial along here. Just take out that little bit of residential there and replace it with commercial. Like that. Speed this along. Yeah, this is going to work out well. So, like I said, this is going to be the main grid down in here, and then we'll have a north-south grid in the rest of it, and we'll figure some other stuff out along the other sides. But for the most part, this is going to work out well. Let's check our traffic. Traffic is 95%. It is flowing very well. It's a well-designed map that has all of the external traffic going around town, which is really good. And eventually what we'll do is we'll probably have a highway that comes in to downtown a bit, but I want to have the city in place before we add the highway, because that is kind of how that happened in real life too. But so we're going to come in here now. Get some more residential zoned going in that direction. And this is a pretty good start, I think. We're getting a bit of traffic on this road here, because we don't have really... Oh, we need a fire station as well, I suppose. Let's go ahead and get that in there, even though it's going to cost $560 a week. Let's get that by the police station. Put it right there. So now that covers all of this area. It doesn't get down there. What we could do is we could put one down in here as well. In fact, let's go ahead and do that. We'll get fire station right there. Cover the industrial area. Which again is not where I want the industrial area to be. Now let's work over here real quick. So in West Park, we'll have this road come down this way. And then we'll have the park itself is going to be right up on the bluff, I think, is what we'll do. So we're going to bring the park like this. Maybe make it a little bit bigger in some spots, but for the most part, I want it to be pretty tight like that. And we're going to call this West Park. Okay, so then this road is going to come down this way. And we'll end that one there so that the park can come up this way. But I think, oh, the park could go all the way down here, though. And it's just going to be a spot where people could come out here and look out over, over the bluff like that. Of course, now there's industry there, so I don't know how many people would want to do that, but you never know. Maybe there were a lot of people that wanted to do it. Now, is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? Okay, that works. The zoning squares are a little bit wonky in here. But we'll come like that. Oh, we have sewage issue now. Water availability is fine. What are we complaining about? Do we not have enough power? Yeah, we need another power plant. Alright, we're going to get a power plant. I don't like any of my options for where to put it. But one thing that we could do, we're going to just put one in over here for now. And that will solve all of that. But now that we have this tile, what we could do is we could have an actual industry area that developed like back over here perhaps. So we'll have to plan that out in another episode, because I think today we are about where we're going to stop. In fact, I am going to stop right there. We'll just kind of sit here and admire the city for a moment. So that is the end of the second episode. I hope you have liked the video. If you have, please hit the like button. If you haven't, well, that is too bad. But either way, I've had a great time. I hope you have as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Take care.